What is up, guys? Back for another poker vlog. We are at Murphy's or Harrahs Murphy Cherokee River Casino. In for a little 1-3 session. Excited to run it up. Just me this weekend. Usually I come with my buddy Brandon, and I had my buddy Kaysen come last time. But I'm excited to go in and play. Put myself on the list about an hour ago, so hopefully I'll get on. I know it might take a little bit of time, but yeah, excited. And yep, wearing the Sunrun Apparel merch. Check them out. I'll put their link in the description, so definitely please drop them or buy some merch from them. Follow them on Instagram. Tell them Goose sent you. One day maybe I'll get that code, but I've got to show that I can sell. So hoping that I will do well today, and yeah, drop a like, subscribe, comment. I'll enjoy the video. Peace. All right, guys, so trying a new app using Splice, but I decided to play this 8-7 of spades, and I was actually on the button at this time, so I bet up to 15 and get one caller, and the flop came pretty good for me. Came ace 8-4, so I got my ace I can represent, and then I got my 8 though for an actual pair. So I actually I put a bet out here 15, and he calls. So that's not really good. I'm a little bit nervous. But yeah, I check here because I'm nervous, like I said, and then the ace had came out on the turn, 7 on the river, giving me 2 pair. I end up putting out a bet of $20. He thinks about it for a moment, and he decides he is going to fold. So I ended up winning that first hand of the day. All right, guys, so about literally 10 minutes later, I got a really good hand. I got the pocket aces. I end up putting out a bet of $20, and what do you know? I get 2 calls. But the board is a little bit scary, but of course, I'm going to put out a continuation bet here. I put out a continuation bet of $45. And the reason I put it so big is because I really think that if they're going to be calling a bet pre-flop, they probably smack this board to some time, but I really want to charge those draws, especially since I don't have the ace of spades. And my players they're older gentlemen, so I'm thinking, I'm a little bit nervous what they're going to do, but they end up handing their cards back to the dealer. So I get aces, and they hold for a small little pot. So literally the very next hand, I promise, pocket kings. And when I say the next hand, I mean as I'm putting my chips away, I look down at the pocket kings. And I didn't show the aces, I just didn't do it. But I end up making a bet here of 15 and get 4 callers. And sure enough, flop a set on ace, king, 7, rainbow. I end up putting out I end up calling a bet on here. And the bet was not bad, but it was about $30. So I call. Pot is 124, and he decides to check to me. At this point, I go for a little bit of value, and I put out a bet of, I think it was $30, but you will see the screen up. But I wanted to bet on this board because there's a lot of things he could have. He could have a spade draw. He could have a straight draw. But I ended up putting out a bet. It looks like 25. So the pot's 184. He checks to me, and the spades got there. So what do I do here? I don't really know. And I'm thinking I cost myself some money. I end up checking behind, and he shows ace 10, and I win a pretty decent pot. So yeah, I definitely missed out on some value, but can't be upset when about 30 minutes later, I get pocket aces. So yes, all this is happening within 45 minutes, and I flop top set. I mean, I bet 15, got 1 caller, and I flop top set. Crazy. He checks, I check behind, because at this point, I've got a very strong hand. At this point, Queen Jack, he's very much ahead. Anything else, I'm way ahead. And, oh my gosh, the turn, King of Spades. So now at this point, he checks to me, and if he has anything, this is where I need to get value. I end up putting out a bet of $15 for a half pot size bet, and he ends up folding. So yeah, won $31 with aces, and I showed him the boat, and he said he had 10-8 offsuit, and he always plays hands whenever he got them back to back. So yeah, I guess it could be worse. I could have just bet and got no money, but at least I got about $15 or $16 here. But yep, aces twice in 45 minutes. I am running so pure right now. It is unbelievable. All right, guys. So really, I took this picture a couple days ago. This is not how big my stack was at the time, but a little bit of a story here. I pocket queens, and my villain from 2 sessions ago sat down. He put out a bet of 15. I end up making the call, and so did 2 other players behind, and I flopped top set. He ends up betting on this board, and he's a good player. He's a solid player. He could be betting with a lot of different things, but he puts out a bet of, I think it was 20 or 25. I end up making the call. So it looks like it was actually 30. It was 30, and I make the call. King of Hearts comes off on the turn, and I'm very happy because Ace King just made a pair, and he ends up putting out another $30. And of course, I just call. 184 is in the pot, and it comes out the best hand or the best card, the 8 of Hearts. And any flush got there, which is great because I have a really, really disguised full house. He puts out a bet of $30, and I Hollywood, and I stack my chips up, and I decide I'm going to put him to the test and raise him to 105. He doesn't like it. He thinks about it and eventually lays down his hand, and I win against my arch nemesis. Wow. Sorry, just what a day. Cashed out for 536, so that's a profit of 236, and honestly, it was just a great day. Ran hot, got really good hands. Like the last time I was here, it was like I got kings once, and that was it. Today, I picked up aces twice, kings once, and queens, where I made a full house, and almost got paid. Got paid a little bit, got paid a decent bit, but put in a big bet on the river trying to get a call, and he had top pair. I don't know how he didn't fold, but I do have a tight image, I guess, so I understand. But it was awesome. So happy to run good, getting back on track, doing so good recently. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. See you in the next video. Peace.